one more microphone. We good? Everybody good? All right. Thank y'all for coming today. We appreciate it. We wanted to hold this press conference to highlight some of the good work that Gulf Coast Hyda's Metro Narcotics unit is doing in the city of Monroe and the parish of Washita. We had a significant event happen about a week or so ago in Monroe where we seized a pill press that was making illicit drugs and selling them in and out throughout the city and the parish. This is a problem nationally we're having and have been having with fentanyl. And you see some of the pictures behind us of how it works, and we'll explain it to you later if you have any questions. But the pill press that they seized was able to make 5,000 pills per hour, which is significant. So if you double that in the daytime, there's a bunch of pills illegally hitting the streets of Monroe. We recovered fentanyl inside this house, which I'm sure that everybody knows is one of the most deadliest substances we have known to date in the world of narcotics. They were making these pills to look like pills that you might get from your local pharmacy, whether it be CVS or Walgreens. You couldn't really tell the difference. They have that technology. That's why it's important to get these pills, not only the pills off the street. I think they seized over 7,000 of them, but and also to get the equipment itself. The pill press, you have to have a die. A die imprints the logo on it. It could be Merck, it could be Pfizer. It looked just like something that you get from the pharmacy. So Metro Narcotics is just another example who's part of the Gulf Coast Hyda. It's comprised of Monroe Police Department, West Monroe, Washita Parish Sheriff's Office, Louisiana State Police, and its federal partner, the Drug Enforcement Administration. So this is some of the good work they're doing behind the scenes. I just want to make sure that the public knew what we had and what we're doing. It's one of the longest standing narcotics task force in the state of Louisiana. I'll take any questions if you have them. Y'all want to say anything? Anybody got anything?
Do you have any more details as far as the operation, how long this operation has been going on?
What do we think?
Probably about 4 months.
About 4 months.
That's the investigation period of it, 4 months.
Yeah, no telling how long they've had the machine and pills. I don't know if we know that exactly, but you extrapolate 5,000 pills an hour. I think 10 grams of fentanyl makes 1,000 pills. Is that right?
Yes, sir, it is.
On average, depending on how you cut it, and they were getting pharmaceutical grade cut, which the pharmacies use to cut. When I say cut, is mixture. So you have powder. You'll have an inert object, whether it be a vitamin or something like that, and you have the actual fentanyl, and you put it into the hopper of the pill press. It goes down through there. The die presses it hard like they would a kilo of cocaine, emboss a signature or an emblem on it, and it kicks the pill out. So, I mean, it's a series of one every second or so it moves pretty fast.
I know you also spoke about fentanyl. Is there any other drugs that may be on the streets that you all believe you can crack down on?
Oh, a whole host of them, but one of the scariest things that we have going on right now is the majority of the pills that are on the street, whether it be hydrocodone, OxyContin or anything, have fentanyl in them. They're illegally produced, which is scary because if you don't do the mixture right and you get this pill, it might not have anything in it. You get this pill and it might be what normally reacts to you and it feels like what you're supposed to feel like, and you get this one and you're dead. I mean, it's an elephant tranquilizer. It's extremely strong, and obviously it's not being overseen by the FDA. They're doing this in houses and apartment buildings across the country. So we're trying to have our impact on cutting it down here in Monroe and Washita Parish.
And also those people that you all did catch with that, what's some of the charges that they're looking at?
Manufacturing, illegal distribution, narcotics. What's the charge for when you had an old meth lab? Clandestine lab, doing it in a secretive nature like that. So you'll get the individual charges of the amount of dope that they got on them, the pills on them, the powder, and the manufacturing charge of making the pills.
And as far as the outlook here in Monroe, what is that future outlook like? What does that work look like for you all going forward, looking for more drug busts, catching those criminals and people that may have those drugs?
Absolutely. This obviously helps us because 5,000 pills an hour, you stop the machine, you cut the head of the snake off, so to speak. But we're constantly out there. I mean, we've got street teams in Monroe, Washita Parish, State Police, got criminal interdiction, Metro Narcotics has got your upper level where we're trying to get the entire organization taken care of and not just the individual dealer. But our biggest problem right now, and as of the last 4 or 5 years, has been pharmaceuticals and pills. And that's what's scariest because our kids, you go to the doctor, you take a pill. I don't want any of our youth to accidentally get hooked on this kind of stuff. We need to get this poison off the streets in all areas.
And just the idea of that's something that should come from the pharmacy and only be medically cleared. Can you just speak about what, in your idea, your team's idea, how does that get on the streets? What's some ways that you believe it may get on the streets?
Well, this is a prime example. They're making this at a house in a bedroom, and then it's just like any other narcotics dealer. They have, Brookshire's has to get their fruit from somewhere. They have to get their vegetables from there. So there's a pipeline. People know who the dope man is, and they go see him. It's all about money. Everything's profit driven. So if you can produce 5,000 an hour and sell them for $1 a piece, where they're normally $10, they're going to find you. It's not a problem. But we make sure our efforts are focused on getting the biggest of the worst of the worst. Anything else?
Would you be able to share the name of the individual or individuals that were arrested in connection to this?
Yeah, it's public. What was his name?
Jamon Tillman.
Javon?
Jamon Tillman.
Jamon Tillman.
Okay. And I have one more question, which is I know that Louisiana recently had passed some laws involving fentanyl. How do you think that could help keep these people off the streets and from making use of that?
Well, the biggest thing is once the work is done and they did a good job putting this case together, we need to make sure when they're prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. It used to be heroin. Any amount of heroin in this state was a 99-year sentence, and I think they reduced that. But that was because people were dying from it. People are dying from fentanyl left and right. So I don't know, in the federal, you have guidelines. In the state system, they give the judge the discretion to, for the sentencing. So hopefully we'll get maximum prosecution on it to make a statement that we're not going to tolerate this, because it kills people. It's not just an addiction thing. Addiction is a terrible situation to be in, and it's in all walks of life. But we don't want to make sure that we get like I said, the worst of the worst off the street as quickly as possible.
What's going to happen to the drugs, the weapons, and the apparatus?
They'll be saved for trial, or if he pleads, or whatever the situation is. At such time it's done, the judge orders a destruct order. They're secured in our non-drug and drug evidence vaults, and then at the time we get the destruct order from the judge, they'll be actually destroyed, probably chopped up. The metal part will be chopped up, and the pills will be, whether they be burnt or whatever they do with them at the time. That it? Thank you. Is there anything y'all want to say? Good.
I was wondering if she was going to ask about